Yes, yes, yes. Don't forget to subscribe to Doggy Diamonds No Filter podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. See, when I changed the artwork, it's just so easy to say now. I used to say iTunes and all that stuff, but now that I changed the artwork, it is easy to say now. Also, don't forget, for only $100, I'll promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.doggydiamondstv.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggy Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries must be Cash App ready. Also, if you're having issues finding the content sometimes or not getting the notifications, then make sure you go to www.theinterviewking.com. Sign up for the email list and get new content. All of these things are right in the description box. Let's go. I won't keep y'all long tonight. I know it's Sunday. Many of y'all was fiending watching football. 9 times out of 10, your team lost. So you're angry. You know? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's good. All right, stop the music. Stop the damn music. Stop the music. Stop the music. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggy Diamonds. This is Doggy Diamonds TV. This is Doggy Diamonds No Filter. Thank everybody for coming through. Thank y'all for being loyal supporters, subscribers. You hit the like. You send super chats. You send cash apps. You send everything. My hat look a little crazy. What size? All right, yeah. You just support me. But I had to really... I had to just really tackle this real quick because I've been seeing some headlines lately and I'm confused. Yo, King Von was like that? Yo, he was, I seen the headline where they're saying that King Von put money on Duck head, 100 G's. Now the difference is, sometimes I don't like talking about stuff like that. Because even though they're both deceased, I be feeling like that's like rat. Now, his mother could report that, but I don't be wanting to report that because that be seeming like some rat stuff to me, just saying what somebody did. And I don't know, just me. I could be immature about it, but I don't really like talking about people crimes and stuff like that. I just, especially when they weren't charged, you know, that's just really weird. But, yo, he was really on it like that? They say, yo, he got mad bodies. He killed a chick. What the hell? You know, reason why I'm asking you this. Because I don't know none of his music. I don't know a damn record. I don't know a bar. I don't know nothing. But all I know about him is that he got busy. And it's funny how in our culture now, your music is secondary to what you do outside of the booth. When at one point, what you did in the booth was more important than everything else. Now it's like what you do outside of the booth is more important than your music. So it's coming out now. And they're saying that I seen a live FBG Duck mother, you know, saying she was going through it. She was talking about it. And I'm like, yo. So she was saying that I think he paid. Hold on. See, because I'm tripping. They're saying that he paid $100K and they murdered Duck and then he bought them all chains. Who the hell told on him? Because he ain't here. Somebody told on him. You know what's funny, right? And we'll get into that in a minute, but we'll discuss that in a minute. But it's like, damn. And I seen an interview with him and Academics, where Academics was asking him about Duck, and he was just mad nonchalant. Like, he ain't had shit to do with that. You know how bugged out you gotta be to know that you just put in some type of work, or you responsible for some work, and then somebody asks you about it, and you just like, Yeah, that's messed up. His death really bothered me. For real? And you allegedly the one that paid the money out? That's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. But you know, I looking at him, because I saw him on The Breakfast Club one time, and I seen like scattered videos and stuff. He didn't look like a killer. Not that a killer has a look, right? But he looked regular. Like he didn't look troubled. You know, he didn't look troubled. He didn't, wasn't a bad looking kid. What the hell gotta be going through your mind to just live your life like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's just bugged out to me. Like, cause I be trying to, with me, I think a lot of things are psychological. So I be trying to get into the psyche or wonder what a person was thinking. But he ain't really looked troubled. Like, cause you could look like, you see like Charles Manson, you be like, nah, this nigga look crazy. He didn't look like that though. He ain't really look like that. Like he was just mad. I know looks are deceiving. Come on. This ain't my first rodeo. I'm just saying, you can look at certain people and see that they about it. He never professed to be anything. He was just always calm. He was just always calm. Like he was mad, calm, chilling. And then you what? What the hell? Like, yo, seriously, do you know what it's like, right? To take this, right? To take this and just take somebody's life and then you did it to multiple people? Like that was just who you were, like, and then you just go rap and smile and always, that's bugged out to me. Yo, that's bugged out. When you really think about it, that's bugged out. That's really bugged out. And then they're in a situation where they don't have to be in the street no more. They don't have to be in any of that. They're now in the entertainment industry. They're now making good money and all that. But they so loyal to the street shit that they don't even know that they out. You know what I'm saying? Like they out. You got some money, you got some bread, you got a couple of dollars, you making it. You out. You good. So DF Damo, so he said he lost his feelings when his best friend died. Respectfully, my best friend died when I was 17. I know that. He was a young man. He was 26, but by the time I was 20, by the time I was like 22, I don't say I was healed because I'm still not healed from it, but I knew what I had to do. I knew what my mission was and my purpose. So what I don't understand about these kids is that they are actually getting a shot. They get an opportunity. They're getting some money. They're getting some jewelry. They're getting some cars. They're getting a lot of stuff, and they just still married to shit that might even existed before them. They like married to that shit. They married to that long-standing kill them. And the funny thing about it, most of them are dead. Like if you put it on the bulletin board, a lot of the BDs and the GDs who was ops, a lot of them are gone, deceased, gone. They gone. So will there ever be a time where what they have to do, stay away from each other? Like I don't get it. And then they still be like right ass there. Well, King Von knew how to fight, but The last time he tried to attempt to fight, that didn't really go too well for him. I feel that way about myself. I would be talking about punching people in the face and shit, and I'd be like, yeah, this motherfucker might pull out a gun, because nigga he ain't gonna take one of these. You know what I'm saying? But damn. They put money on his head, allegedly. And they was so-called reading federal papers and all that. So I don't trust them either though. So, but the mother, I want to be respectful. How could I be respectful? She did lose children. Something about Duck mother, I don't want to say disturbs me, but something about I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to come off disrespectful anyway. But something about her bothers me. I can't really put my finger on it. I know she's definitely traumatized, but it's like okay, her being on the camera, her talking, her having the YouTube, subscribe to her YouTube, whatever. But when you lose multiple children to gun violence, where is your lesson that you're trying to teach people and the mothers who lost their children to gun violence? Like, what is I don't know, like I can't even put it in words. I talk for a living. I can't even put it in words. Like what are we doing? Like what's the plan? You know what I'm saying? Like does somebody need to come in and say, this is what should be going on, this is what we doing? Because I don't understand, like, what's the plan? And call me petty as hell, but when I look behind her one day and I saw broken blinds, that shit is kind of petty. But I remember having broken blinds maybe like 20 years ago. So when when your blinds break, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It just something about it was just like, you on YouTube, you doing your thing, you playing your case, but then I look behind you like your blinds is broke. And I don't know, it was just something about it was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Not because the blinds was broke, but I was like, what is the lesson? Like, you got the voice, right? So what can you say in this situation? Because we got other mothers like you, but then we got the children that's growing up who want to avenge deaths and all that. And I didn't really get anything educational from it, where I think she could turn it into something educational. She could turn it into a learning process for people. So that shit just fucked with me. I was just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's just a situation where, it's just all a story now. It's a story. But what is the solution to the story? Because a lot of times we say, stop the killing, but we never really got into what started the killing. See, we want something to stop, but how do we get it to why did it start? You can't fix a leak if you don't know what started the leak. You can't, you gotta dissect and diagnose the problem. And it's people who's directly involved who's not doing that. You just saying the killing gotta stop. And when a lot of times when people talk like that, I be like, that's not that's not how you're gonna remedy the problem. The any problem is what caused the problem, what started the problem. and some of the things predate us. So as I grew, right, good thing for me, I never joined a street organization that was out before me, right? But imagine you inheriting something that you don't even know nothing about. You just know that you're inheriting what everybody else was doing. But just because you're from here or there, you just naturally, and that shit is really animalistic when you think about it. Like, you're not gonna see a lion making sure an elk is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if an elk get, break his leg, the lion is not gonna go and see, the elk is not gonna be like, are you okay? The lion is gonna eat the elk alive. So it's animalistic the way these behaviors take place, because it's like people are sworn enemies and just enemies before you was even born. Like, like a lion is gonna eat the elk. They're going to do that. That's what they're gonna do. And how we as people with brains, with consciousness, highest level of consciousness, how we think like that, like, what is it gonna take for us to be rewired? What is it gonna be? What is it gonna take to take this from here and put this over here? And a lot of things we, because, we see the elders get out there, stop the killing must stop and all that. I'm like, yo, Pops, you have no clue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no clue why this is going on. The killing is not going to stop. Because you have to go back and look at why it started. And some of the reasons why it started cannot be forgiven. See, a lot of times we say, forgive. But how could you forgive if you can't forget? That's one of the dilemmas that I work with. Like, I'm not really a forgiving person. Once I put you in that box of, you could eat beefsteak, you just don't come back from that. Unless you come to me, humbly apologize, and tell me how what you did and how it affected me wasn't done with malicious intent. That's the only way I forgive people. But when people have the mentality of just get over it or move on or whatever the case may be, that means you did some shit to me and you did it. You had you feel good about it. Like, some people feel good knowing that you're somewhere suffering or squirming because they get to keep you in the place. Like when you go through breakup or separation or anything, the person that you separate or the person that separate from you can move on. They can do their thing, but you're so destroyed or messed up in your head, you don't really move on. So they know that you didn't move on, and they could do their thing, but at the same time, they can monitor you and know that you're not doing your thing because you're still stuck in a sunken place. That's a form of control. And that's what a lot of people do. People like to hold you in a place and know that they got you there. Know that they got you there and that they could do whatever, but they know you're stuck there because you might have got blindsided. You might be in denial. It might be different variations of why you didn't move on, why you didn't process. And people do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when people do that to you, once you get to the point when you say fuck them, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And at the same time too, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I don't know if I could forgive the people who killed my homies. I'll be real with you. I don't know if I could forgive them. I don't know if a man could look me in my face and say, I'm sorry for killing your best friend. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know. So we are asking for a damn miracle. You know what I'm saying? We're asking for a miracle. So when this is going on, how long it's been going on, and the killing is how it is, we're asking for a miracle. But you have to ask yourself, would you forgive somebody? Would you say, okay, yeah, you killed my friend, let's let it slide? Because now we're in the time of the pressures of social media and the trolls and the gaslighters. I remember when Sonetta said some disparaging things about me, and I ain't really respond. People were saying, oh, you scared of Sonetta. And I was like, I'm not scared of Sonetta. Like, I really actually know Sonetta. Like, the people who talking, you don't know him. You don't even know me. But I actually know him. Like, know him. So know him so much that when he had COVID, I used to call him every day to check on him. I used to tell him that some of the things he got to take, So again, when a person attacks you, even if it's their defense mechanism, sometimes you just sit back and you don't attack back because you like, at the end of the day, that's my friend. He might be hurt. And the hurt came from a misunderstanding. And even though I was attacked, I can't conjure up feelings for you that I don't have. So if somebody makes a YouTube that I'm so-called cool with, right? And they attack me, there's no way that I could say, yo, I hated you anyway. And then I bring up all these things that I dislike about them. That means that I never fuck with them, that I was just fake. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's really fucked up, because imagine, you got love for somebody, and out of hurt and anger, they attack you verbally. And then now you gonna find all this shit that you don't like about them. That means you was being fake, because you should have told them. You shouldn't have waited till you was angry to tell them. So when I didn't respond the way people wanted me to respond, I had people saying, oh, you scared of him. Oh, he shut you out. I'm like, I don't think y'all know how this shit work. See, in this YouTube stratosphere, everybody can talk. But then it's a world that takes place outside of this. And I'm okay out there. But then at the same time, I knew that, okay, out of anger, a person could say something, but I'm not even angry back, because I don't feel no way about you. I'm not even mad. I had a fucking weirdo dude saying, I'm a beta male and just all this weird shit that I'm like, why? Because I didn't give you a show? Because in this shit, when you give people a show, then it's just a show. It's just a show. I mean, you seen Hassan Campbell diss me plenty of times. I never responded derogatory. What's the point? I don't feel no way about you. And I can't, even when I'm being attacked, I can't just jump up and just attack you back and just say all that. It's not in me to do it, because I don't feel that way about you. You feel the way about me, or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry you feel that way. But I just can't wake up and just call you names and all this crazy. I can't do that, because it's disingenuous to me. You know what I'm saying? It's disingenuous to say, oh, and what about the time? That shit is feminine to me. So even when people attack me and say shit, I don't respond, because I be like, I ain't mad at him. He could be mad at me. I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I have to, start digging and making up shit and you know what I'm saying? That shit is feminine to me. I ain't never doing that. So if I'm cool with somebody, they don't fuck with me or whatever the case may be, we have a little falling out or whatever, I'll just leave it when we was cool. That don't mean we gotta renew any friendship. That don't mean we gotta rekindle anything. That don't mean we gotta talk again. But let's just leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I ain't with that fucking make up and break up shit. That's some shit that I do with women. And I don't even do it with them. So I'm not going to do it with a man. Sometimes we just have to agree to stay the fuck away from each other. You know what I'm saying? And me having you know, it's funny. I had a big y'all know about my big back and forth with Whack 100, 3-4 videos, you know, they chopping it. You know, I had people saying, oh, he shut you down, blah, 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 all that shit. Now, this the funny shit. He had hit me one day to interview his father. You know, he hit me to interview Blueface. You know, we have a good rapport behind the scenes where we have, you know, the good, healthy dialogue. And I'm saying all this to say that people have an issue when men once had a difference and now they have healthy dialogue. People will keep trying to pick the scab. As soon as the scab heals, they try to pick it and say, yo, I can't believe y'all cool, or yo, but he said this to you and he said that to you. And I'm like, so? I ain't lose a pint of blood. I ain't lose a drop of blood. I ain't shed a tear. None of that shit. And even in a situation I was in recently, he actually was like, yo, I got a lawyer for you. So that's in today's society, that's not where we're supposed to do, because we in these YouTube streets and we're supposed to be at odds. And this shit is dumb. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because before many of these situations got like this, see, a lot of these kids in Chicago, they went to school together. They probably messed with the same girl. They probably used to play basketball together. They probably did many things together. And then there's certain things that went too far. Then you got people egging shit on. You know, I could take an ass whooping. I done got punched in my face before. I probably get punched in my face again. That don't mean somebody gotta die. You know what I'm saying? Unless I feel scared for my life, that's something different. But if it's hand-to-hand combat, we could do that. Win, lose, or draw. You know, you don't like me? Fine. But it ain't even sometimes that the person likes you or dislike you. It's the other people saying, oh, yo. And then this is the end result. This is the end result. Years of just young men getting killed. But people be gassing shit. People be egging it on. That's why I be seeing all these dudes on YouTube beefing with each other. I don't cover none of that shit. Because y'all just shouldn't be beefing. At the end of the day, when you sit in the seat, whether you're on your phone or you're on the microphone, you are a content creator now. Your content should never be based off of somebody else who create content like you. Because it's the content creators against the machine and the system, and some of y'all are able to make a decent living, right, off of creating content. So how is my content the dude on the 4th channel or the 3rd channel or that? It doesn't really make any sense to me. That's why I don't fuck with that shit. I don't talk about none of it. Don't even get involved. Don't even watch it. Seriously. Because at the end of it all, everybody is trying to get $1. Many of the brothers is getting $1. And if I bring you on, I remember when I interviewed Scheme Team, and I think he was trying to go in on call outs, and I was like, nah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Because at the end of the day, I really don't know the extent of y'all issues, but I know that I like his content too, when it's not about you. So I can understand why some dudes are mad. But at the same time, shit, it's us against them. So we fighting each other. They get the tippy toe out the back door. And you know that that's slave shit, right? You know that when slaves get to fighting each other, they forget they were supposed to be trying to escape. You know that, right? So if I have some type of if I think I'm the better slave than you, what's my prize for that? I get a sticker on my forehead? We supposed to be trying to escape. So even with a lot of dudes, they supposed to say, yo, Let's collaborate on some stuff. And maybe we could put a play together. But see, a lot of times they don't do that because it's the same people who watch me, watch them, and watch them. So even when the old bastard was being disrespectful to me, I just thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, he's talking real strong, like he could whoop my ass. So I gotta laugh at shit like that. But I understand how it's easy to gaslight situations and say shit to incite the riot. And even when I say, yo, you were OG. If you felt that I was incorrect in something like that, why you ain't school me? The minute you going live about it, then you didn't want no resolution. You wanted a problem. You tried to make me content. I don't respect that. Because I do what you do. And then I hate when somebody say, I used to fuck with him. I used to watch him. So what made you not fuck with me now? Because look, think about this. If somebody says 99 things that you agree with, if they said the 100th thing you don't agree with, fuck them? Just really think about that. So you never really fucked with them. So I know I could detect disingenuous shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people do shit. I just be like, yo, nah, I don't fuck with that. But I might fuck with everything else. But we be so busy going at each other, yo, we forgot that it's a whole fucking system that we supposed to be fighting. And fighting each other is in the system. Now, you got people in the industry who've done wrong to people, and it's good to air your grievances. It's good to say what's on your mind because many individuals don't have a platform to speak. So I've been giving people a platform for 16 years to speak because they didn't get it. They don't get a platform to speak. Now it's opening up to where an individual could just use their own platform. But it wasn't always like that. But even in beef, even in gripes, what is it going to take to end it? And the issue is, I've never seen people ask these kids, what's going to change this shit? What is it going to take for the shit to stop? I never really see people ask that. I see people egg on who did this, and that. And it's another thing I got to address before I go. All these motherfuckers be snitching. I have never seen an influx of snitching like it is now. You listen, yo, it's like every day I see motherfuckers on camera like, I ain't taking them charges. And I'm like, because, see, this is the thing, right? When I was gang, what I'm going to do, tell on my cousin? I'm going to tell on one of my best friends? I'm going to tell on one of my homies? That shit was no. That shit was a no. You just didn't do that shit. Yo, they got away, I got caught, I got a whole lot. It's just what it was, because 9 times out of 10, we was all acting in concert. And we all ran. And some motherfuckers got away, and your ass got caught. You can't be like, all right, yo, your Star Mail, come out the closet, they got us. You can't be doing that shit. You can't be doing that shit. Come on, man. They nowadays, yo, they just tell. Like, it ain't even no big deal. They just tell. Somebody asked Durk, and he said it's too much blood spilled to stop. Well, see, this is the issue for Durk that I was having, and people got to question this. It's easy for it to stop when you're capable of moving away because you have the capital, the resources, and the finances. It's easy. No, it's easy for you to say it's not going to stop when you can move away. When you got the capital, the resources to move away, you can say it ain't going to stop. When you're one of the biggest voices, how about you use your voice to try to help it stop? But what happens is when Duck made the song Chicago Legend and he mentioned the ops, they was mad at him for giving the ops credit. And he was like, yo, regardless to what, there's still legends in Chicago. This isn't about our beef. This is an ode to the city. That's what I was saying about the gaslighters and the people who gonna egg shit on. You know what I'm saying? He's still bigging up legends of the city. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this culture that we in don't want. Sometimes it's not even the individuals, it's the people. And people feeling like they have to live up to people that don't love them. Listen, man, I don't care about nobody who don't love me. I'm just be real with you. And nowadays, love is love. Sound like Jocelyn. Love is subjective. That shit is conditional. It was a point in time in life where love was unconditional. Good, bad, indifferent. Yo, I'm fucking with you. Now, love get lost over a post. Love get lost over a difference of opinion. Love get lost over tone. And the funniest thing is that even for myself, I have people who have been, that'll say, I've been watching you since then. And then they'll tell me, I don't agree with you. I lost all love and respect for you because you said that. And again, how can you lose respect for me if you ever had respect for me and I said one thing that you don't agree with, now you lost all respect for me? That's just where we at. I've never seen a time where people are so expendable, like those people are going to come back around. Like, you know, these type of people exist all over. And it's like, Mike Larry, I think it really was love. It's just a sign of the time. It's just a sign of the time. The sign of the time is that we think that people can be replaced. And it's 10 good niggas. So if I lose 9, at least I got 1. And that shit don't exist like that. You know, we're in a day and time where we make mistakes and people sit back and watch people make mistakes just to say they made a mistake instead of saying, yo, you fucking up. Because if I tell you fucking up, you're not fucking with me no more. And this is where we at. This is where we at right now. And it's tough to navigate through this space that we're in because you want to love people, but the love that they have for you has a goddamn expiration date. That's just crazy. Like, it has an expiration. And you wouldn't think that because you come from an old school, you come from, nah, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I've had family members and shit that done shit and I'll be like, you an idiot, but you my idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousin, I love you. You know what I'm saying? One of my cousins, he's a fuck up. My cousin. I ain't gonna say his name. But you know, but he's my fuck up though. You can't call him a fuck up. You can't fuck with him. You can't do nothing to him. That's my fuck up. And that's still my cousin. You know what I'm saying? So although he fuck up, I ain't gonna give up on him because he fuck up. Sometimes I might have to time him out or do different things. But nah, that's my fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's not everybody fuck up. That's my fuck up. You know, and some people don't have the tools to not be a fuck up. So you got to give them the tools. If you didn't give them the tools, and it don't matter if they're a grown man, grown woman, whatever it is, you still got to give them the tools of what makes you comfortable. But nowadays, we'll discard people and just find the comfort in somebody else. Like somebody else is incapable of doing that same shit to you. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, the past, I just been finding myself just by myself. It's something cool in solitude, being in solitude, but then it's not at the same time, but it kind of gives you clarity, because when you in solitude and you are troubled in any way, and some people could see that you troubled, the people who don't reach out, not that you want anybody to reach out, but the people who don't ask you, are you okay, is everything good, that just teaches you all you need to know. That just teaches you all you need to know. Because a lot of times, Shabaka was good. We good today. Sometimes you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about yourself. And you learn that, you really gotta have you, right? Some of these kids, and I'm going to liken it because this is not about me, but some of these kids have been gang. They've been crew. When 1, 2, 3 of the crew die, then they by themselves. Then they have to learn who they are. They have to learn themselves. And it could drive you crazy. So self-confinement via depression or whatever the case may be, solitude is cool, but then that shit get a little interesting. It get a little interesting because now you're so used to us. Now it's just you. When it's just you, you can feel punished. And you can say you took away us. And I want get back for that. You took away us. So when that happens, that's where you want that retribution. And remember what Blizz said, all anger starts from sadness. Bill Pearl, I agree with that. As long as you love yourself, you won't need any validation. But sometimes the love that you get for yourself is the love because the love you gave to others. So loving yourself sometimes is you got to have a certain selfishness with that too. Sometimes you get joy out of making everybody else joyous. Sometimes you might not have eaten, but you felt good to come in the house and brought all the kids. They having a sleepover and they all had pizza and you didn't get a slice, but they all happy, sauce running down their arm. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get the love. That's where you get the joy. It ain't got nothing to do with you, but sometimes your love is made to be given. And then you're forced to give that love to yourself. And sometimes you don't know how to because you're not used to giving yourself love. You're used to giving your love. You're used to giving your love. You're used to making the whole room smile. Now there is no room. So now you don't know what to do with all this love that you're used to giving. That's really what it's all about. And then we dealing with this fucking cruel world where, everything that we knew don't exist no more, right? Everything that we grew up, or the ways that we were taught to grow up, that shit don't exist no more. So we're like learning on the job. Every day is something different. Every day you got to op. Every day somebody's angry with you. Every day you're fighting. And that's how a lot of them feel. So I don't care how many chains they get. I don't care how many cars they get. it's still a loneliness in that, because some of them had their friends taken away, and they don't even have the mental capacity to process it. Because I know, like I said, when my friend got killed, I was 17. I remember I couldn't even look at his picture. Like, yo, y'all killed what the fuck just happened? Because sometimes I've been in my life, and even up to today, I gotta laugh, because if you don't laugh, sometimes you cry. I remember saying, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, I really sometimes be like, yo, is this shit real? Like, is this really happening? I be finding myself saying that shit like, yo, this shit is stupid. And no matter what you say, it just is what it is. There's no rationale. There is no verbal remedy. When people are so-called got their mind made up, your ass is expendable. And that's one of the hardest things, to feel expendable. It's hard to feel like you don't matter. So when you look at these kids, they was eating Pop-Tarts together. They was eating granola bars. They was throwing rocks. And then their friend life didn't matter. And that's the resentment. I'm telling you, that's the resentment. That's when you start wanting to lash out, and that's what turns you into a demon. Because you want people to feel the pain that you felt of losing your friend. I remember my friend got killed. I had a little 2.5, and I'm just like, I remember just saying, I can't wait to see how this shit feel going in somebody. And for I think it was a summer, I had a different mind state. I remember that summer. I remember crying and crying and crying and crying. I was a little kid. I didn't know. Like, yo, y'all really killed my friend? Like, y'all really killed him? Like, he's gone? Like, I'm never gonna see him again? We never gonna crack jokes? We not gonna sneak porno tapes and trade them? And you know what I'm saying? Huh? And from that point, I remember being like, nah, this ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Like, he ain't deserved that shit. And then that's when it just come out of you, and fortunately for me, I was able to complete the mission, because it was a mission that we had prior to his death. And the mission was to do music. And I was completing the mission. And then something traumatic happened with me in music. And then I was really batshit crazy, because everything that I love get taken away from me, seriously. Like, some of us are like that. Like, anything that we love hard the most, it just get taken away. And I don't know if y'all have ever watched Star Wars. That was the science of Anakin becoming Darth Vader. Everything that he loved got taken away from him, and how he felt. And then the evil empire told him, if you join the dark side with your Jedi ability, I'll make sure that you'll never feel lost again. Watch that movie. And that's why he joined the dark side. Because the feeling And you know, a lot of times we walk around with feelings, and that's why I made that show for y'all. Get out your feelings, yo. The nigga in his feelings, yo. You ain't feelings, you ain't feeling. I'm like, yo, but we do got feelings. We do have feelings, you know, and shit, we not roaches, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we not a lion that's gonna eat a boar alive. You know, they don't even kill the boar and eat it. The boar still be alive, and they eating his back. You know what I'm saying? So we do have feelings because we have the highest level of consciousness. You know, but now we're just taught to get over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just get past it. And that shit tough. Because even sometimes some of us are prisoners of our mind. I don't know if you could relate to me on this one, but I'm going to talk about me for a second. Sometimes I'm a prisoner of my mind. I'm a prisoner of my thoughts. I'm a habitual overthinker. I'm a discoverer. Sometimes I might peek in that door that I shouldn't have peeked in, seeing what I shouldn't have saw, but I saw it because I needed confirmation because I kept thinking it. So I needed confirmation what I thought was right and exact. Most of the time what I thought was right and exact, but I needed confirmation. But now the confirmation hurts me because the thoughts was haunting me, but now the confirmation hurts me. So regardless, I'm going to be hurt. And it's kind of self-inflicted when I should just mind my fucking business and just move on. But that's just not how I'm wired, unfortunately. That's not how I'm programmed. That's just not how I'm programmed. Because when I care, and I want to know that even in your absence, even if you shitted on me, even if you wasn't a good friend to me no more, I still hope that you are okay. I still hope that you're good. I still hope that you're okay. Even though you might have said, fuck me. I still don't want nothing to happen to you. So this is where we come with the creativity. Because the creativity is something that you have in you, but it's a gift from a higher being. It's a gift from God, whatever God might be to you. But it's a gift that is from a different place, right? It's not in us. It's we are the vessel for it, right? So now we got these gifts. And sometimes you got too many gifts. So think about the gifts, and the gifts are your ability. I have a gift of intuition. I really have a gift for intuition. Like if I know something about somebody, I already know what people are thinking before they think it. I don't know. I just been like that. Whatever. So sometimes you have too many gifts. So imagine being a child on Christmas and you got 15 presents. Which one do you open first? And if you open all of them, which one do you love? So now you have a person like me who has a lot of gifts. I can do graphics. I could talk. I could go make music. I could play video games. I got many things that I could do, but then sometimes it's overwhelming and I don't want to do none of them. I don't want to do none of them because it's too many gifts. Sometimes I wish I only knew how to do one thing. I promise you. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, if I knew how to do one thing, I could focus on that. But then I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I got to do this, but I got to do the graphics. And then the fact that you're able to do these things, it also distracts you from other shit that's going on, right? So now you could get shit done. But then when you get that moment of clarity where you're not doing anything, that's when you start thinking. That's when you start thinking. And there has to be a point in time where the thoughts have to be pure. Because, shit, the thoughts just don't be pure. because the circumstances that you're facing. You know, it's like you're always facing the circumstance. And I'm gonna tell you some real shit, man. Materialism, money, materialism, that shit don't help. You know, it's funny, right? Cause I'm talking about myself for a minute. I have the ability to do whatever I want, go wherever I want, purchase whatever I want. And there's really no freedom in that, though. It's very interesting, though. I can do whatever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can date whoever I want. I could get on a plane and go wherever I want. But there's really no freedom in that, though. Because you got to try to find a way to find the freedom in that, because you're so used to living under confines that when you're free, you don't even know it. For example, if you take a dog and chain him to a damn if you take a dog and chain him to a chair for 10 years, on the 11th year, you could take the chain off. He's going to sit by the chair. So imagine just freedom is freedom. Yo, believe it or not, it's loneliness and freedom. Sometimes you're too goddamn free. It's bugged out. So now you have people like Durk, you have people like other young men in Chicago. They get money, they getting all this shit, and they're still attached to something that they've been freed from. But they don't got no freedom. But he got, am I making sense, y'all? He has the freedom, but he ain't free. He got the freedom. He could go live in a big mansion, go buy a new Wraith, do whatever he want to do. But there is no freedom in that because he's still in alignment with his trauma and poverty. So that's why when you are an empath and you're an individual that believe in giving, no matter what you get, it still really don't mean shit to you because you get to give. I remember I used to go shopping when I was younger. I would go buy mad clothes. Mad clothes. I never wear none of them shits. I would just give them away. I just would just buy them. You know what I'm saying? I would just buy mad clothes and then just never, I would never wear them. I'm still like that to a certain extent. About maybe 5-6 years ago, I just was just buying mad sneakers. I probably got like 13, 14 pairs of sneakers. I never wore them. And I had to say like, yo, you don't need no new sneakers. But I was so used to buying sneakers because I know I'm going to give them to somebody. I know, yo, he probably needs some kicks. Yo, what size you wear? Okay, 10.5. Yo, I got some sneakers for you. So I was so used to hoarding shit that was new shit. But in my hoarding, it wasn't a hoarding for me. It was a hoarding to give. If that makes any sense. So even back then, I would go buy mad. But my comfort always came in giving. It was never, you know, I'm the bare minimum. I eat fucking Cliff Bars all day and drink water, you know. But if somebody else ate and somebody else had a meal, I'd be happy like, yo, the mashed potatoes are good, right? I don't even eat that shit. Seriously, I don't even eat that shit. I don't even eat a lot of shit that people eat. But to see you eat, I'd be so happy to see you eat. I'd be so happy like, yo, damn, you ate? Oh, yeah, that shit was good, right? And I won't even eat. You know what I'm saying? I won't even eat that shit. I used to cook and they didn't even eat what I was cooking. Didn't even taste it. I would say, come taste this for me. But I knew the seasonings and everything I had to do, people would eat it, but I wouldn't even eat. It was always for me to do for others. It was never for me. You know, I'm a bare minimum person. I don't need a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a lot. So a lot of times I would do shit, and now, you know, looking back in retrospect, and again, it's just the sign of the times. Nobody gives a fuck about what you did. That shit had an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Everything that you've ever done for somebody, any way you ever helped anybody, that shit has an expiration date. And that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy because you didn't do it for kudos. You didn't do it for a pat on the back, but you did it because you just felt like it was the right thing to do. And a lot of times people be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I didn't ask you to do that. Sometimes I wish you didn't do it. People be saying that shit. I didn't ask you to do that. Sometimes I wish you didn't do it. Anyway, I don't think as this story develops, King Von is never really going to rest in peace. Duck, that shit is never going to rest in peace. They're never going to rest in peace because they are the modern day Biggie, Tupac, you know, all traumatizing shit. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit is that. And I think the people have to decide when it's over. And shit, they still telling Biggie and Tupac stories. Seriously, they still, like, to this day, as I'm talking to you right now, they're still talking about Biggie and Tupac like they just dropped the album 2 months ago. And respectfully, those are two individuals who've been passed away for almost 30 years. And when they talk about them, they never talk about their music. They talk about everything surrounding them, but nothing to do with their music. They're just rehashing stories. I love C's, but C's has made a career of talking about Biggie. And didn't even realize, like, hold on. What about me now? I've talked about him enough. I said all because how y'all gonna keep asking me the same shit over and over? Like, why do I gotta keep saying this over and over? Why do I gotta keep repeating this? Because every time you repeat it, you relive it too. You know, when my friend got killed, if I did 70 interviews, I don't want to relive that shit. I can't say, yo, I was looking for him, and then, I can't do that shit. The last time I told that story, it was for Charleston White's podcast, and I remember crying saying the story because I can't picture saying that story and not crying every time. It is never gonna get normal for me. It's never gonna be like, yo, I was just looking. It's never gonna get normal, and there come a point to I say, yo, hold on, man, this shit hurt me. I can't be talking about this shit. This is just not some story. You talk about my friend. You talk about my friend. You talk about my loved one. You talk about my brother who died. So I can't just keep talking about this. I can't. This is not just a story. This is just not a podcast question. We talking about somebody's life that was lost. So, what we doing? Anyway, yeah, I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I just came on here to freestyle with y'all really quick. Didn't really have a real topic, but that King Von thing was just bugging me really quick. So I felt like talking about it. And of course, as I talk about that, I get into other things. Yeah, but I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I might let y'all hear Tiptoe one day. You ever heard Tiptoe? You ever heard the song that's at the end? I never heard it. I might let y'all hear it one day. Anyway, I don't watch sports, so I don't know. Anyway, yo, man, till tomorrow, I'm out. I got some King Tone coming in the morning. The interview, I mean, it's already rendered. I'll be putting that up in the morning, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. If you didn't hit the bell to get the notifications. If you hit the bell and you still don't get no notifications, then you already know what you got to do. You got to go to www.theinterviewking.com, sign up for the email list, and you definitely will get the emails. I'm out. Peace. Sit